Welcome to another Physed minor game video. The game we're going to look at today is called Take a Step. Now the equipment you're going to use for this game is 1 football per pair and 4 cones. Now that's if you're looking at Australian rules footy. You can pretty much replace those footballs with whatever implement you want, because it'll pretty much work with whatever type of sport you're playing. So whether it be throwing or catching with basketballs or netballs, it all tends to work pretty well. Now the setup, you'll end up having the 4 cones set up like so, and you'll end up having the pairs organised so that one player in the pair will be between one set of cones and the other player will be opposite him between the other set of cones. Now one player in each of the pairs will start with a ball, and basically the way the game generally works is if you can kick and catch the ball or kick and mark the ball, that player can then take a step back. Now the only problem with that is at the end of these games, if both players are moving backwards each time they take a mark, it can get pretty messy and it ends up being pretty hard to figure out who the winner is, because after a while the game might end up looking something like this. So if you look at that, because both players are moving back each time they mark it, you might have one player shown here, he may not actually take a mark, so he doesn't move. His partner is taking all the marks and obviously he's moving each time, so it gets hard to figure out for the teacher who the winner is, and students tend to like to see who the winner is. Now the other thing students tend to actually do when they start thinking about it is, if they want to actually start to separate and get away from their partner as far as they can, which is obviously how you win the game, you might have some kids who'll do something like this. So they'll actually kick it really quite big, their partner runs back and they end up only having one kick but still separating quite a way. So what you can do, and what I tend to do, is I'll end up having one of the partners or one of the players in the pairs being completely stationary. So we've got a spot marker under the players on the right hand side, and the players with the football, or the players between the left hand cones, they're actually going to be stationary, so they won't move whatsoever. Now the way that works is, if we'll show you the top player, if he kicks to his partner and his partner marks it, that player picks up his spot marker or his cone and takes one step backwards. Okay, then it's his turn to kick, so he kicks to his partner and his partner marks it as well. So because he's got the spot marker, he then picks it up and moves it another step, and they basically continue that process to see who can get the furthest apart from their partnership, and whoever gets furthest away from their pair, they end up being the winner. Now in a situation where you have those kids that think, okay, I'll kick a nice big one over the back of his head, and he runs back and marks it, there's no real benefit to be gained, because he has to actually go back to his spot marker. Because he's only taken one mark, he can only take one step. So that way there's no advantage by just kicking the ball way over the back of your partner's head and getting him to run back onto it. And at the end of the game, when the teacher blows his whistle, you can then see, okay, there's one pair that's clearly out in front because they're the furthest apart, and that means they're the winners. And that's how you play Take a Step. For more minor game and resource ideas, head to physed.com.au or subscribe to the Physed YouTube channel. Thanks a lot.